Alright everybody, Davis here, and today we are going to continue drawing our illustration of Mio and Fubuki. And we left off last time on making on just basically coloring them in general. Right, we've finished on coloring the skin of Mio. There are a couple things that I want to change just a little bit, but there are also a couple things that I don't necessarily like, so it might be that in general what we are going to end up with is going to be slightly different than sorry, again, still dealing with this weird cough that I have. No idea what's going on. But yeah, so let's get right into that. I'm going to knock out the chats for both YouTube and Twitch, just so I could see what you all are going to write in chat. And I do want to invite you into writing something in the chat, just telling me how your day went. I'll be glad to listen to everything. And yeah, so there's a bunch of things actually that we still have to do. So here's the thing. I believe we are going to work out a series of sketches to finish up all of the requests actually that y'all gave me. I really want to push that through because I don't want to be, I've had several attempts on that, and I had also in several occasions all of you giving me requests, and I was ending up not really filling up all of them. I really want to. I'm going to probably work out the entirety of it on one stream, and yeah, So Konechi, we are about to finally continue my illustration of Mio and Fubuki. Okay. Yes, // Devis Moriarty /. Hashtag anime, hashtag manga, hashtag Vtuber, hashtag hololive, hashtag art, hashtag digital art, hashtag digital. I can't. It's so bizarre. I'm drinking water. I'm trying to put off bunch of I'm trying to put off bunch of carbonated drinks just so I wouldn't damage my my throat. But yeah, it's just problematic. To be fair, I have to admit I really don't have I really don't know what is causing this, because I would probably have to figure out what is exactly causing me to cough like this, because it's yeah, that's that. But yeah, one way or another, we are just going to as always try to push through, try to just figure stuff out, right? It's not like we are going to sit on laurels, or however you're calling it. But yeah, another thing that I've noticed is, and that is going to probably cause us some problems, is actually the fact that I've shifted my my resolution. Now I'm drawing on smaller resolution, which might be also a problem. Because one, now as I'm going to continue on drawing on higher resolution, I am going to, as a matter of fact, kind of suffer because, you know, I just won't be able to really finish things off. But yeah, whatever, you know. Mm-hmm. So the light is like kind of should go from the top, right? So that should give us like some kind of uh better shadings. Here's the Terminator, right? Yeah, and that's now starting to look better. Yep, because now we have some kind of direction for the light. So we also have to like, you know, make everything have sense with what we are doing. Because of course, like, sure, we can try to draw things, but in the end, it's not going to really end up looking good as long as we are not going to push through you know, proper shadows, right? So here's the shadow, like 1, 2, there's going to be like there should be like really dark area around here. Like this, right? Because like it's place where light is getting trapped by a lot. Like this, right? And sure, we have like some, you know, some mass around there. So of course there are going to be like other shadows, but we are going to make it go like this now. And that is going to look slightly better for us. Maybe like this. Right? Yeah. Yep. And that is actually all, like everything here is looking slightly better now. All we had to do was just adding some colors, adding some shadows. Like my main fear while drawing is actually overshading. But there are like elements where you have to put shadows and otherwise it's just not going to work. Yep, just like that. Also, Fubuki is going to have a bit different shading, which is going to kind of look off, but whatever. Okay, and now I want to like this. Yep. Again, like everything's going to like gather up, right? So we need to make sure that all the shadows are, you know, correct and prompt. Yep, just like that. And let's go for Fubuki. And basically, I want to also start drawing on, you know, just starting to draw also on top of the lines to make sure that, you know, some lines are just going to be darker colors and not like anything else. I just don't want to like, how to say this? I'm kind of like worried that it might not really fire off, but whatever. Okay, hold up. That's that. We're going to make the shadow here. Shadow here. Yep. And now, so basically, this light is kind of coming from like like this direction, kind of, right? So it basically just going to still help us a little bit. So yeah, she has that shading. Okay. I'm suddenly worried that she won't, but okay. Okay. I'm like kind of trying to figure out like how her nose should be shaded. Yes, I do have a reference, that's why I'm looking up. Hi, so good to have you here. How are you? Hoping how's it going? How have you been? Doing well? What drawing is that? It's an illustration that we've started like some time ago. I just couldn't like get myself to like continue drawing it. It's an illustration of Mio and Fubuki. From Hololive. So yeah. I'm just trying to figure out shadows right now because of like it's very complicated view. And hey, how have it been going so far, huh? Drew something yesterday? Sleep was good? I've personally slept well, but my alarm clock is not ringing for some reason. I don't know if I'm just not hearing it or what's going on, but I just don't. I have to look into that. Maybe like when I was sleeping, I've like accidentally clicked on things I shouldn't have. Guess what? I'm taking a vacation in the Philippines, and boy, I'm living my life here. Hey, let's go! I'm so glad to hear. I'm so glad to hear. And what are you doing there? Like anything cool to look through? Vacations in Philippines, huh? That must be nice. I've got friends in Philippines actually. They're really cool people. Hmm. Yeah, and actually we should have done similar thing for Mia, but it's already too late. That's why, you know. I'm planning on going to America actually at some point. Uh, but that might actually take some time, you know. Uh, yep. Here's that. Here's that. Here's this. Alrighty. I really want to. I really need to like apply for visa on this paycheck. You know, I really need to. Especially the work visa. um, there's a lot of things, uh, now as I don't have my job, like I'm trying to pull off things, I want to like stream more, see where that's going to go, you know, kind of like a 50-50, either like streaming is going to become my job or um I'm going to find a new job, we'll see what's going to be faster, but I don't want to like cross borders. Like it's not like I have God knows how huge implication on that I really need to, you know. It's not like I have a huge like implication or God knows how hard push on something as simple, right? It's not my main goal in content creation. I'm mostly doing this just to, you know, uh, get my marbles, gather up my mind, work on things faster, take a break from things. Also, still haven't continue Blade and Soul. I don't know, like I kind of like knocked myself out of this habit to watch anime while drawing, and so I'm not watching any anime while drawing. It's kind of like 6:19 here, and it's raining so much, but the sunset is in the beach is so cool. Let's go. Let's friggin' go. I'm so happy for you. I'm glad you're having like really good vacations, you know? Oh, thanks. Very nice place. I'm in Cebu. Oh, Cebu, Cebu, Cebu. I'm, yeah. Oh yeah, it must be a really cool place. I've looked at some I've studied some Philippine places for drawing, and like those are pretty cool. But I've heard a lot of things about underground, basically, of Philippines, especially from a friend of mine, right, who lives there. Because apparently Philippines are really cool and nice for tourists, but when it comes to like Filipinos who live there, it's like starts to be, you know, are a bit more problematic for them to leave because of the criminal underground that's going on there. I have to say it's kind of crazy to think about it. But like it kind of makes sense that this underground doesn't want to touch tourists because like if for example tourism is like their main source of income, if they would be like hurting tourists, they would screw themselves over just because of that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, actually, that dinosaur egg salt, right? Which is really freaking rare because it's like done only by one family. Like, damn, that's a really interesting concept too. I do wonder, like, you know, how um I do wonder how they would like operate basically, you know? Like it must be really freaking difficult for one family that yeah, lol, e. I'm really wondering like how are they doing, because I've seen documentary about that. I don't know if they like, you know, got money and made some kind of factory that would now like help them out, or you know how basically that would go. But yeah, because the documentary I've seen, it was like you know, about them, right? But they were like just family. It was like one family, like 5 people doing like everything. Like imagine like some gourmet place was using that salt. They ran out of business, and that entire like gourmet business don't have their gourmet salt. I reckon there actually one place is like buying like crap load of salt from them. To be fair, I reckon too. Like usually some like nearby restaurants and stuff, especially those like huge restaurants for tourists. I'm currently learning Bisaya, the local language in Cebu. It's so easy. Is it? Damn. I wish I could learn languages. I really want to. Hi Panda, Gate Vicky, how are you? Hope how's going? Haven't seen you in such a long day, in such a long time. Hi. How are you? So really, and you're already streaming. Day off today? I don't have a job anymore. I'm currently unemployed. Yeah. That's why I'm streaming so early, because I want to, you know, just occupy my brain with this, right? Like catch up with stuff, make my portfolio and whatnot. Oh, finally he laid you off. Yeah, to be fair, yeah. My brother is now working at that place, at my position, and he literally goes through the same thing, but he's not the type of person that's going to let anyone trample him. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel like yeah, finally. We also yesterday we've also finished Mega Man Battle Network 1. If I want to say hello, there's streams I can say Ganahan Koso streams Ni Davis. Yeah, because like they don't have some words, right? Actually, a friend of mine uh also explained this to me, because like I remember we were talking. All right, I'm waiting for Victoria to come back home. School is just over now. Ooh, that's nice. So actually, I'm wondering what I want to play now. I've got a bunch of games, but I think I'm going to go for that Lego Batman. uh, although wait, what was also Kanahan Call? Shoot. Right now, the only thing from for the only like only sentence from Philippines is like their swear word. Like, you know, curse of learning from friends online. Like first thing they're going to teach you from their language are going to be swear words. It's not like it's totally not like I'm doing the same thing. But yeah. But yeah. Also, shoot, Panda, Victoria's still coming to school, huh? No vacations for her, huh? I think she'll have holidays as from the 17th. Ooh, that's nice. Let's go. Any plans actually for vacations? Like, of course, this is my vacation from work, right? uh, Seoul, Seoul. It's always confusing me because of the a umlaut, uh, a umlaut, which is like in German it's a. uh, but yeah, like Seoul, for example, is in Philippines right now. You know, traveling around the world. So, huh? The swear words I've learned was putangina mu. Those are the swear words I was taught. So yeah. Well, I guess it's the dialect, right? The my friends are. Well, I do believe it's Filipino. It could be Indonesian though. Now that's my curse. Like I can't really like remember stuff like this. No, not really. We can afford traveling abroad. Unfortunately, last year, though not December, we went to see our grandmother in China. Ooh, now that's really cool. China, you say? Huh? How was it actually? Did you have fun? Wowie, yeah. It's in the Tagalog language. Tagalog. So Indonesian. Yeah, yeah, from Indonesia. Because they are using Tagalog, I assume? No. I have absolutely no idea. I am like, it was peaceful. We were not in the big cities, but in a semi-rural area. My mom's old house, technically, they built a new one. That's away from all stress. Hey, that's really good. If you could rest from that. I'm resting right now, although I'm slightly stressing over finding a new job. I might end up working in factory, but I don't mind. I don't care. As long as it's going to be a job that's going to like allow me to travel. I mean, like job that will figure out how to transport me from my place to the factory. I don't care. As long as that's that, I don't mind it. Really. I used to work in a warehouse. Of course, like I've destroyed my back, and most likely I'm going to get. Now I'm going to like go to the you know to the disability commission. Because yes, I've had already in the past declared disability. I've lost it in 2023. Now I want to like, you know, yet again work stuff out. So that's that. For that though, I need like all of my documentation. So I'm kind of waiting because I need to get my um doctor stuff. Good thing I could communicate with the old grandmas in China. Everything you eat is fresh compared to here in my country. Same here. Same here. Like only on villages, like you can find like, you know, people like having gardens and actually like eating things from the gardens. Like the flavor difference is huge. You have no idea how much like freshly ripped out cabbage tastes compared to the one you buy at the grocery store. Like I don't like cabbage, but when I've had like freshly taken out of the ground cabbage, that was like way different taste. I liked that cabbage. I didn't like the cabbage. I don't like the cabbage from the grocery stores. There's like a huge difference in flavor. Well, like for example, the freaking carrots at our people in Philippines here think Chinese people eat rats and cockroaches. Doesn't it depend on the region? I know cockroaches are the thing, and crickets. I'm not sure about bats. I know also that China like started banning some foods, like for example certain animals that would be considered pets nowadays, right? Like previously it wasn't a stereotype. They were actually like, you know, you could go on a like flea market and people had like soups ready to pick up. Like those are like genuine recipes. Like they actually used to eat those, right? But those were banned by the government, which I believe it was like really good move, right? Like trying to push that through. Although Philippines also used to do that, and also they've also had that ban. But from what I've heard from a friend of mine, you can still buy some soups still containing that. So yeah, again it depends where you go. Fun fact: my sister's right hand dominant skin was always dry. Doesn't hurt, but just don't feel normal. And in China, her skin was better. She ate a lot of green every day, 3 times a day. Yeah, you know that might like I'm not really shocked that this might be the thing. You know why? Because like different like basically like different air. Here's the thing. I believe it's not just because of the China. I believe it's because of the region. We have something called sanatoriums, right? Sanatories. So, like a hospital buildings where you are like sitting and they're like trying to help you out. Like, you know, there are sanatories for people with disabilities. So they're like doing a lot of stuff like the magnetotherapy, the chilling or warming things up, swimming, rehabilitative exercises. Rich people eat greens and poor people eat meat and other poultry more often. Meat should be more expensive because it has more protein and basically a lot of like stuff needed to survive. Greens themselves, like sure they are good, they have vitamins, they have like other stuff, but actually meats are our main source of iron, protein, basically everything that allows your organism to charge up. Especially beef. But yeah. But yeah, so basically those sanatoriums are usually built away from the cities. Why? Because in the cities the air condition is different, the moisture is different, the access to sunlight is different, and basically if you eat greens and stuff you don't have heavy metals from the cars exhausts and stuff on the greens. So yeah, Dokas here always give me food to my apartment. That's cool. God damn it. I don't know what's going on. True, the surrounding environment is different. Yeah. Like, for example, my city is very different because my city is like transitioning from small city to big city. I have so much food here. That's crazy. That's cool. That's cool. But yeah, like my city is transitioning. So if I go to like like if I'm around my house area and I'm breathing in, I'm breathing different quality of air than in the center of the city because I live on like outskirts of my city. So like I'm living on the outskirts. I think after leaving the country I might gain so much weight. I mean, it depends. Like, good quality food is not really that bad. It only because like here's the thing: you have empty calories and you have valuable calories. Empty calories are calories that you access from fast foods and stuff. So basically, like and like processed foods, etc. Do you like the fact that your city is changing? Personally, I really prefer the suburbs, the rural areas, because this peaceful and good environment. It very depends. It's like me myself. I would kind of like living in big city, but I wouldn't like living in really big city. My city is cool, and if it's going to like expand just a little bit, it's going to be alright. But if it's going to reach like levels like freaking Warsaw, Krakow, like main cities basically, that's too big. That's too big. That's the moment where I probably would consider moving. Because like it's cool to have like some malls here. It would be cool to have access to some fast foods here and there because like, we don't have that here. Sure, we have some restaurants, but those are restaurants. Those are not like your typical, food chains, right? Although we have really good pizza making places, really good pizza places. Right, some convenience. Yeah, exactly. Just some convenience. If you have some convenience, but it's not overly crowded, that's like perfect city. But if it starts to be very clustered, very crowded, and you have to commune with literal like trolleys or trains to go just to another place there, it's going to be, it's like very difficult. The fact that I am alone here in the Philippines. Why are you alone in the Philippines? Did you just like, got up and go to Philippines on your own without your family? Or was it like, how did it happen that you're alone there? Solo traveling? Yeah, like, probably, but like, why? Yes, boy. Boy! But yeah. Like, I want to travel to, like, I want to go to America, I want to go to Japan. I want to visit a bunch of like faraway countries because like Europe can be beautiful, but it's like the same. Like I'm looking at my city and I'm going to look at some Spain city and it's going to look kind of similar to my city. Like Europe is Europe. Like European countries had like very similar like building styles over the years. I still can see the same Baroque churches no matter where I go. I still can see very similarly looking cities because those were just how climates were making us perform. and we're like mostly on the same stripe. We don't want to travel to places so far away, places where we didn't come from. Yeah, that's that. But like, I guess there's a reason because of that. Like, we do that because we actually want to like have a break from our everyday life. It's like our method to run away. And like, sure, I could just, get in a bus and go to Germany. Because like straight up we have buses to Germany, even to Czechia. Heck, I can get on a train and go to Prague. But like, somehow there will always be places that will call our name, attract us, as if we just don't do belong there. True, true. I also have connections with my family because they said I was a brilliant. Now I have so much money to go to the Philippines, and because I wanted to visit in famous Cebu. Huh. I see. Well, that's sad. I'm sorry to hear that. Not like so much money to be rich. But like, if you're living alone, I think you should also keep in mind to save, Just a high income. That's good. That's good then. But keep in mind to save. Like, save, buy a house. Maybe you'll be able to buy a flat in Cebu. Like try to invest in your life. Like, travels are cool, but keep in mind to make them very rarely and save. Always save. Like, I didn't have like much income to save properly because like a lot of things were happening in my life, and basically now whatever I saved is like most of it, like half, is going to go on a dentist. I like the fact that people in Europe get some facilities to move from country to country. Also heard museums are free for students and on some days. Yeah. Also depends on the city and country. Like over here, museums are just cheap because it's like culture protection law that we have. Like, it basically states that cultural facilities shouldn't be expensive to visit, as this way it's propagating people to learn history and cultures. That's cool. That's why, for example, I can go to like some some old castle, visit some old castle for like 15 PLN, while travel there is going to cost me like 5 times that price. And I'm not joking. Like, if I want to go to, for example, if I would want to go to a certain city, right? Like, I'm going to dodge the names of the cities. But if I want to go to the city, I would have to pay roughly 50 PLN, like 50 PLN to just for a train. Then let's say if I would want to go to that castle, I would have to probably get an Uber or go on a trolley, which would be roughly 25 to 30 more PLN. And then just 15 PLN for the thing. So that is already like way higher than just the ticket for the castle. Like, genuinely. That's why also like way too crowded, way too big cities suck, because like walking through them is very difficult. Like, I can just gather myself up and I can walk from one end of my city to another end of my city. And I'm not joking. I can walk not barefoot, but like I can walk on foot from one end to another end of my city. Travel is that expensive? Oh, one nice thing in China, they had electric bikes to can use. You gotta pay charge, but I think it's very practical. Over here we have that too, but I don't know how to. I don't know how to drive a bike. I'm kind of embarrassed by it, but I genuinely don't know how to use a bike. I've learned how to drive with a car, but I don't have my driver's license anymore. Also, I'll have to go on LinkedIn and download and print out a bunch of certificates and courses I've done over the years, because I need to like bring in documentation to my thing. And like I do have to like go like find like from my previous job the documentations about like ending my contract with the company I've worked for before my previous company that I've just worked at, because I apparently didn't really apply with it to the unemployment services and they don't have any record of me ending the contract there. So yeah, I need to bring in them in the documentations, those documentations. Like I always have to. Like in theory, I could just gather my stuff, go there, even if I have a job. Tell them like, hey, I have a job, but I want to update my documentations. And they are going to like keep that in mind. They're going to update it and stuff. Hi, Sir Nico. Good evening here. How are you? How's it going? I think this is the first thing around, so come find a comfy corner here. Or if I just haven't seen it in a really long while and I forgot that you've been already here, well, I still hope you will find again your comfy corner. Complicated stuff. Yeah, but it's very important because I like depending on how many years I've worked, I can have higher unemployment status. I mean, like higher unemployment support. Just €1 and it's 70 pesos in the Philippines. Like I can buy 2 kilo of rice. That's like a lot. Rice here tastes good. Damn, nice. Yeah, this makes sense. Yeah, because it's like calculated based off of like years you've worked through, basically. Mm-hmm. I suck at cooking rice. It's okay. Well, it's the first time I've seen your face, so yeah, it's I've moved from being a VTuber. I've moved on. I've used to be a VTuber. Use the finger method, lol. Yeah. For cooking rice, yeah, finger method always works. How? Um Basically you want to like measure how like the amount of rice you have with your finger. Fill up the water till your first finger joint. Yeah, like this much. But you are going to fill on the bend. Like, here, this is your first finger joint. Although, apparently, you can buy rice cookers. And rice cookers are telling you exactly how much you have to do. But it's hardware that you would have to buy, and since you are not going to live there, yeah, you'll need to, like, it's going to be better for you to use just, the finger method. Also, when I wanted to explain the finger method, and instead of like actually properly explaining this, I wanted to say you just have to finger your water, and that's like, and I like understood like the hell I was about to say, so I decided to stay silent. And I have to say, I'm terribly sorry for my behavior. Neuron activation. Lol. Imagine. Well, I was right, but I was wrong. Okay. Task failed successfully. Like, come on. Oh, the rice might moan, so watch out, lol. We good, we are adults here, I hope. I mean, I am setting my streams, like, because, like, when you're making streams or, like, posting videos, you have to, like, click, like, select an option if your stream or content is suited for younger audience or not. I'm always keeping everything as it is not. So it's YouTube's fault if they are, like, against what I've marked, change it. Finger your eyes, hiya! Or should I say... Damn. Like, damn. Our honor is effed up. I blame my friends. Our humor, oh sorry, our... I mean honor too, but our humor is effed up. I blame my friends. Yeah. Yeah, same. Same. I have said this a million times, but whenever you laugh, I always crack up. Well, that makes me happy. Okay, I think we've got a lot of stuff already. Yeah, Davis is has a funny, contagious laugh, I'm gonna lie. I'm really glad to hear that. So yeah, we're just, you know, pushing through this illustration. Okay, but Mia actually is going to, like, stand in front of her, so, like, wait, that. And I'm going to kind of, like, do this. For how long you've been working on this project? I don't think that long. Because I've had, like, a massive break from it too. Because I've started, like, working on another thing. You know, we've also had some cancellations when it comes to the streams. So now I'm just, like, pushing it to finish everything. We also have that illustration for Clip Studio Paint, which I want to, for the competition, which I also want to finish. Also, thanks for the hearts in the chat. Yeah, like I just really want to finish it all up this way. So in total, I don't know actually how much could be. We might be drawing this for what, like in total maybe like 6 hours, 8 hours already. But this is illustration, so we like, you can't really expect anything else from the illustration. It's always going to take a lot of time from you. Alright. Can I have a yeah in the chat? So yeah, I just want to watch some. My sister you're on live, but I think she wants to play Roblox more. I said Roblox hobbies. Oh yeah, hell yeah, oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, if she prefers to play Roblox, more, that's still alright. I'm not forcing anyone. But yeah, I really want to like get back to watching more anime. Now as I have more time, I could genuinely just watch anime for the whole day too. As I'm working on the project, and I think that's what I'm going to do because I need to make flats for one older commission because the client came back and like asked if they can like make the if they can just pay the difference between the sketch and the other thing and bring in the thing. Beat me at the game. It's alright. It's alright. Also, my brother is not messaging me from work. That's good. Because like he's still learning things because he had only 1 day of training, which is really bad. And and basically he was just he's here and there he's messaging me with the things like, oh, how to do that, how to do this. He was like asking about some numbers with some issues. No, it's not. I took 3 times longer than her to do one single stage in the obby. Huh. I mean, everyone is good at something. Maybe she's just good, has like really good coordination to make those make those levels faster. There we go. That moment when you can't like get yourself to talk normally. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Sabo vivo sulla bandiera. Bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, 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 mio superstar. Yeah, that was like, no, it was like sul partigiano. Yeah, because like the original song is actually like partisans anthem kind of for Italy, as they were fighting against the red shirts. Like the original, I believe translates to, "Hey, look, they're walking with a bandera, uh, looking for partisans or something like that." You know, because like basically like it's about like people like it's the song about men leaving their families, their loved ones, to join partisans to release Italy. Basically, we have something similar actually when it comes to the songs. We also had partisans. To be fair, like partisan actions are like most likely something that were really like helping countries to free themselves, which is kind of funny because like you'd think that like a massive army would actually manage to pull off like a lot, but in the end it just so happens that they ain't capable to do a simple thing, or like getting lost in the jungles and stuff. uh, I know the origin of the song before now. Good to know. Mm-hmm. So we're slowly like completing it. I just need to fix the bends around the skin. Right, because there are like some fat tissues and stuff. There's that. But yeah, like I'm planning on drawing for a while. I want to like probably finish shading either both of their skins and making sure that everything's right, or just whatever is going to work. You know, what are some personal artistic projects you had? Like I don't know, map making, playing cards making. I really want. to DIY some playing cards with themes, but with so limited resources, I don't know how this will go. Like personal projects, like any kind of thing, or just artistic. I've watched videos, some videos, and got inspired. I have the idea for once. I don't dare to touch the project though. So for example, for like projects, I have the like I didn't really finish stuff, but like for example, right now I'm working on a card game called Dungeon Mania. I just need to make cards and an UI because like I've got the engine working. I probably have to like adjust a couple things to make sure it's all working and nice. I have 2 comic books in mind. At least like one of them I want to do because like I want to rewrite High School DxD, which I'm actually doing on streams. I have the I have 2 series of books, even 3 actually, but like well, one of them is for sure going to be getting started on soon, and another one is going to probably wait until I have a better idea for it because I want to redo it. I've already made the first book. It just didn't fly. No one wants to release it. I guess it's because like I wrote it start to finish in English, but I should write it like start to finish in Polish, then translate it, and first try to release it in Poland. So that's that. Visitor had started a manga panel a few days ago and lost interest, but her friend and a teacher saw it and wanted to see the next pages. I mean, yeah, maybe there's just too much effort. Comic book sounds fun. Yeah. So basically, like we're rewriting one story that was already done. I don't recommend looking it up because it's ecchi action genre, but the guy made like really good world, like really nice world, really nice. Like basically the story would fit into like really good action slice of life, like shonen slice of life manga, but he decided to do ecchi out of it and make it a very corny very corny humor manga that didn't really flew high. It had some like interest, but people lost it over time. And I think those are actually books because it's a light novel series. But yeah, but with some illustrations. So yeah, I just want to work out the like kind of better version of it. In the worst case scenario, I'll just change some stuff if the author won't is not going to want to like work with me. And just release it as release the edited thing as mine because it's not going to be the same. Like change the names and stuff. Okay. But yeah, like I've got a lot of projects actually. Hi Zaga, got over here. How are you? Hope how's going? Midday stream? How's it going? Going good, going good. I want to do more streams and longer streams. We are, making right now we are just shading stuff, you know. right now. Just shady business. If you know, you know. But yeah, I just want to make like longer streams basically, and streaming early is going to support with that. Like on max, I'm thinking of even doing like 8-hour long streams, depending on on where I'm going to start. Because if I'm going to start at 10, I would have to finish at 6, right? But I won't mind, to be fair. We were watching your live. I finished a long video of 4 hours on the game FNAF French. It was nice. I didn't play the game, but the video was super interesting. I see, I see. And how is it going for you, Zega, huh? I'm personally just, hanging out. I don't have any job anymore, so I was released from this hell I was working at. Now I'm in job seeking hell. I knew actually that the too busy, tired. I see a lot of stuff happening. I assume. For me, it's kind of, I don't know. Like I just want to like figure out some stuff, but we're always in hell, yeah. But like I want to figure some stuff out, but I really need to like, first of all, like figure out like how to say this. Um, I want to like start working on my projects, like my game and stuff. Start recording videos, like start recording DAA, start recording games, playthroughs. Anyways, I wish you all the best and to find a nice job soon enough, so you don't have to stress. But still have enough time for yourself for your other projects. That's yeah. Thank you. That would be nice actually. Finding a job like this. I mean, to be fair, any kind of job would be like good like that. Like anything that is not going to involve like being higher ups for people. You know, positive vibes. I have limited quantity, but you deserve it. Thank you. Thank you so much. But yeah, that's generally how things have been going. Well, I'm just chilling, chilling like a villain. uh, I'm working on a commission. I've just before the stream, I've made 7 sketches, send them to the client, waiting for the approval. I will say goodbye. See you later. I'll go join my sister to play Roblox. I will still harass her to come say hi to you. Alrighty, thank you, thank you. That'll be nice. But yeah, that's how things have been going generally. Just trying to figure out the projects to finish. I finished that boarding up. Finally, it's working. I'm hoping that there won't be any bugs, but I need to also make the each page to post it and gather up intel from people, you know. So yeah. Yeah, let's erase that because it was like too much. What version did you use? Version? You mean? You're talking about your game? No, 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 no. I've made the board up. So basically, like I can make like boards like Milanote. It's free, right? Didn't have to buy anything. And it fulfills its purpose. I can do exactly what I need. But I want to make like a couple apps and make like a hub for all of them, so people will be able to like download that hub and just download apps that they need and throw them into that hub, so you could like quickly change between them. I think it's doable because like considering that everything would be happening like web based, right? Because it's a web app. Then yeah. And for the game, I don't know. I still need to make like plan out races. I still need to make you know, a bunch of other things basically. A lot of graphics. I'm making commission right now. I'm stuck with commissions right now, so that's the one. And I'm procrastinating a lot. But it's actually because like I was spending a lot of time also away from home. Yeah. Hi Victoria, good day here. How are you? Hope it has good. Hi hi. How have you been? So I need to like, you know, work on those graphics basically, and make sure that, you know, everything I do is going to be in check. I'm good playing Roblox. Nice. Have fun. So that's that. I need to like make that each page for the app basically, you know, just to make it kind of happen. And with that, I should be able to make you know, make everything, right? Because I'm going to use the same each. I'm going to throw a bunch of stuff. Or is it saving stuff locally? On your PC? In the same folder that the app is, basically. Because like at first it was saving it as a cookie. So it's a web page. It is, but you can like save stuff locally too. Locally where? In the folder where the app is. It's saving everything as a JS file. In a folder where the app is, basically. You mean Jason? Yeah, Jason. Sorry. What does it do with the pictures? Also saves them in the same place. Just base64 it and save it as text? Yes. Exactly. It's very simple. I really want to like make sure that it's going to like work, right? I just wanted it to work, and it works. It saves things. But you need to like open it through the app file and not the index file. Because the index file is opening, is saving things as a cookie. And the app file is saving it into the folder. I have no idea how does that work. I've also just looked into like some simple stuff related to this, you know. It was here, wasn't here. Browser local storage, yeah. Here it is. So basically it uses like, you know, to open the thing, but it has a max size. Yeah, but like the thing itself is, you know, like I can like see the folders for it, right? It's like if I'm going to open it through the through the app file, which is the Windows like PowerShell thing, then it's saving it into the folder that is already in the thing. Because I have a folder called tables, and inside of that folder you have like some boards data, boards launcher, and like, you know, how to basically do stuff with like JSON files and stuff. And you have boards folder, which saves the JSON files for your boards, which doesn't have the max size. It was hell. But yeah. But it works. It works. I can do generally everything that Milanote can, and I think in a better way. Because, for example, Milanote sounds more complicated than necessary. It is. It's most likely it is, Sega. Most likely it is. Probably I could do it better, easier, probably, if I would know C# and I could make this app like with way less files and with much better like understanding, you know, like, and like way better like saving and stuff. But like again, I was operating on freaking JavaScript, HTML, and CSS and stuff. Like basically just web application languages. But hey, I'm happy that it works, right? If it works, it works. Of course, I want to check it if it's not going to cause any issues or any troubles, right? Because of course I want to make sure that it can be packed into stuff like Electron or Maui Blazor, so it runs as a proper exe and has real file system access. You know what? That makes sense. Yeah, I could potentially do that, but I have absolutely no idea. I have absolutely no idea how to do it. I've heard about Electron, but yeah. On hearing about it, everything finished. No idea how you do it currently for JS. I can export files with JS. Like for example, if I would want to make like app where I can just write things like Notepad, I can make like file saving. Hi Hage, good to have you here. How are you? Hope Brian has going. Since this is the first instance, I hope you find a coffee corner here. How are you? Hi. But yeah, you know, that's that. But and I have to say, it's like it was some problems because I had to like figure out how I even do the exports because I've never done them like this. But I can, you know, gladly say that I've learned my share of things. Just to make that. And of course, I forgot about everything, but though it's all browser sandbox. If it's not, then it's weird. I can send it to from JS, assuming your main app is HTML. Yeah, it is. Is it some Node.js fuckery? It is Node.js fuckery. Yeah. I'm not even. Yeah. I'm not going to hide. It is Node.js fuckery. I found on the internet. Yeah, I want to yeah. I want to make a game to quite soon, to be fair. But I need to like I want to make that project of a game and to release that indie game. But I also want to release it as I'm going to have my own portfolio. And for the portfolio, it's going to take me longer because for the portfolio's sake, I'm going to make realistic characters, right? Like just so I would know how realistically the races and classes would look like. And then I'm going to make them in stylized version, which then is going to be transitioned to pixel art version for the thing. Although I am wondering if maybe keeping like yeah, I guess I'm going to do that because like I'm going to have the possibility to show the style flexibility, you know. That's something I need. I need a coffee. I've only got some water on me right now, so that's that. And yeah, you know, I also want to learn 3D modeling finally. Like I'm going to go for that, donut, for that donut tutorial. But I don't know which donut tutorial should I start from right now. Like if I would start from the very beginning, there are like last time I was trying, it turned out that some functions are not in Blender anymore, and I have the newest version of it. And I need some references. So that's that. And to be fair, I think what I would do would be making a 3D model. I think they just moved some stuff. Moved? Oh, okay. That might also never seen them remove functions. I see. Well, that might explain things. I just couldn't find it where he was showing them. Maybe I'm going to then I'm just going to Google things when I'm not going to be able to find it. Just to make sure that I'll have everything. We're just moving functions into official plugins. Might be too, might be too. So first of all, I guess here's how I feel how it's going to go. On the last stream, we've made like the entire planning for the comic book, basically, for manga, for our rewriting of High School DxD. And on this next stream, I want to, on the next stream we're going to work on this, I want to make like perfect turnaround base for myself. And I want to reuse that turnaround base to also make like things, like other characters and stuff, and just create like, characters, like, just do 3D of the characters that I want to do. Like, for example, I want to do Davis, make 3D model of Davis, and just basically do everything. And like, to be fair, I've seen people doing literally the same thing for 3D models to start from as I'm doing for my characters. So like shoulders are balls, bunch of things. I think the best method is ping-ponging. Oh yeah, like if I get stuck on something, I go to the internet, and with the information with the internet, I'm going to push through with it. Yeah, that makes sense. Same, I was doing the same when I was learning like HTML and stuff. And I think it would be also the best for me using 3D model to make turnaround reference, make the turnaround and use it for 3D reference. Yeah. Oh, okay. This way you mean? Yeah, that makes also sense. Like a lot of freaking sense. But you know what I want? I want literally the like 3D model that's going to work the same way how my construction works. Because I want just like to quickly make the construction. So if I already have like established construction that I'm always drawing, it will be way easier for me to use like 3D model that would be my construction basically. I feel that would like work the best probably. I feel like that would work the best. During construction, make 3D model from tubes and balls and stuff. Use it for ref. Yeah. That's the thing. I was also thinking because if I want to make the if I want to start using a bit more the mangaka, I can also make like custom model there, and I can make it literally from my construction. I can also make it in a freaking Blender. So probably it's going to end up on me making it from Blender, right? And just, you know, working stuff out this way. You will figure out how you use your construction differently in different angles without you knowing it. Yeah, that's true. Because like, you know, my construction will require from me to like have this how to call it, like a cutting on the rib cage, this very specific like, you know, line construction, right? And probably I'm going to also make textures and just draw like those lines, you know, that I'm using usually. So like you'll have blue lines that are going to be like, you know, splitting the torso cylinder into three, making like, you know, other lines, just so I would see how the things are going, you know, how the lines are pushing through. The more difficult part is going to be making the feet, because feet, like sure, I'm making them with triangles and stuff, but still they'll have to like bend, right? So probably making them out of three sections: ball, triangle, and rectangle, and just like three portions that are going to like bend like this. I think I've had like a thing to that also operates like that, but I don't see it yet now. But yeah, that would exactly be how it would work. Who knows, maybe after the stream I'm going to sit down to it, because it can't be that difficult to make it. The more difficult part is going to be making it fully movable, but for that I have the model maker in from Clip Studio. So yeah. But okay, let's do it like that maybe, huh? We are going to wrap up this stream, just because I want to just slap it into Mixamo. Yeah, might also be really good. And why you can't do that when it comes to 3D? Yeah, that also makes sense. That will for sure help me a lot. And I want that because I want to start making comic book and stuff. Need some fixing after, but it does some decent job. we'll definitely go for it. So yeah, folks, we're going to wrap up. On the next stream, we are going to make their outfits because they're latex, right? They're latex, and probably their hairs because I have like easy way to do hairs now. Very low effort hair making basically, and I think it's going to fit the style. And yeah, as always, folks, stay creative, and I hope to see you in the next one. I'm going to actually work on that 3D model for the future things. Just start doing stuff, you know, here and there. I know from the head like how it's supposed to look like. I'm probably going to make it like, you know, like I'm going to get the head, then make like a cylinder of the head shape. It's supposed to be as tall as the head itself, so I'm going to like overlap with it, then like pull it down, make copy of it, pull it down, merge them together, right? Do another one, also pull that one down. You know, like do all that stuff, all the jazz, you know. I think it's going to be way more simple than anything. And to be fair, I've seen people doing exactly that while starting to make their 3D characters. So, hey, like, I'm going to have probably like a decent startup for both 3D and 2D. You know? So, yeah. Yeah. Folks. Again, stay creative, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care, man.